you to everybody that, doesn't know who you are. Philippines National Team Member. You participated with the under-18 national team back in the day.
Yep.
Hailing from Toronto, Canada. 6-year pro. Not too many people know that you played in France before you came out to the Philippines. So we'll talk more about that later. And you are walking bucket, dog. You get buckets straight up. So
appreciate it.
We're going to talk about that. And, yeah, man, just let people know, like, I want to know, like, how has this quarantine treated you, man? And, like, things have been kind of slowed down for you, obviously, and your family. So go ahead and speak up on that and, what you've been up to.
Man, like, these are some unprecedented times. Like, we've never experienced anything like this before. I think it caught everybody slacking. No one was prepared. And, there's nothing really you can do. Like, no one really knows the truth behind what's going on. I feel like we're being lied to a little bit, like some numbers are being skewed. But, you can't really, like, just control what you can control. Like, the way I see it is I get to spend more time with my family. I get to spend more time with my son. He's almost 6 months now. So a lot of times, like, I'll be going to practice and be coming back. Now I have the whole day with him. I'm learning a lot more about him than I was before when I had like a schedule, like a pretty rigid schedule. So,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, just all hands on deck now when you take care of the baby.
Yeah.
You're finding out how to survive without what you thought were essential needs. But, it's really rudimentary with living right now. It's like you have your food, you have your water, you have 3 meals a day, you got a ration.
Yeah.
It's different. It's real different.
You're learning like a new side of yourself of like in terms of being like more efficient, learning how to kind of, be more self-sufficient at the same time, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of new feelings coming up, I'm sure.
I'm the kind of guy, like, if I buy groceries, like, I'm finishing those groceries within that week. Like, all the snacks are getting killed.
Yeah.
Now we have to learn how to ration it. We don't know how long it's gonna last, so it's like, you can't be as gluttonous as you used to be.
Yeah, man.
All these things are like our life, our life lessons, and they're gonna make you better. We're gonna be all of us are gonna be better by the end of this. I believe.
Yeah, man. I agree with that. So, yeah, with that being said, I want to talk about like social media and the power of it right now, and how we see a lot of success on social media. Everyone's posting like the best version of themselves, and but you've experienced a lot of success in your career, your early career, and I see you playing a long time. So let's talk about leading up to your career now, what you had to go through in the past, any types of adversity, any types of failures, just to serve as like an inspiration to the young athletes that are coming up that look up to you, and anyone else, man. Tell them what you've been through, leading up to now. You know what I mean?
It wasn't all, dandy in the beginning, especially. Out of college, I had a good college career at St. Bonaventure. I was expecting to, get work right out of college. I was expecting to sign somewhere in Europe, in the D League maybe.
Yeah.
But it didn't pan out that way. I don't think I was well represented. But there's things that I could have done. I could have been more aggressive in terms of, reaching out to teams and whatnot. But so I was actually out of work out of college. So graduated in May. Usually the European season starts around August, September.
Yeah.
And nobody was calling. So I was getting a little worried. And I just had a kid. I just had Preston around that time. He's not even 1 year old yet. So I had to find a way to provide for him too. Yeah, I had no money whatsoever. Like, you're not allowed to work when you're in NCAA. That's like one of the main rules. So financially, I was struggling big time. I had to find a way to support my mom and my Lola at the time too. So I was really like racing to try to find any kind of job. And I had too much pride to just go out and get a job like anywhere, like a 9 to 5. But I eventually had to. So
Yeah.
I ended up getting some work up in Rexdale in a part of Toronto, like stacking boxes at a warehouse, working from like 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Hated it. Hated every moment of it. But I had to put food on the table. I
Yeah.
had to provide my son, and I just had to like stay busy. Like I couldn't just be at home. You know, it was fucking with me mentally.
Yeah.
Not being able to get a job because this is the first time I'm like, what the hell? Like I thought I showed out this year. I thought I was gonna get a look somewhere. I knew I could have went to the Philippines, but I didn't want to go to the Philippines yet because I knew that was always gonna be there. But I wanted to try my luck elsewhere.
Yeah.
So for like 3 months, I was working at a factory, and it was terrible, man. Like,
Yeah, man.
waking up that early, like I'm just stacking boxes in the trucks all day. I'm like, this isn't me. Like this isn't what I worked hard for. This isn't what it's supposed
Yeah,
to be
man.
like. But it really humbled me. I met a lot of people who do this for a living every day, and I'm just like, wow, like hats off to you guys, man. Like I saw a different side. I saw a different side of me too.
Yeah.
That was willing to do whatever it took to, to provide. And then so when I finally got a call in France, some guy got cut, so I was able to replace him as an import. Like it was like the best feeling, man. Like
Yeah.
it
I can
wasn't
only
a lot
imagine.
of money at the time.
Right.
It wasn't a lot of money at the time, but it was a solid league. It was a reputable league, and I went there, and it was not what I expected at all.
Yeah. Yeah,
You know what I
man.
mean? Like it was good basketball. I learned a lot, but I had a coach who was very, very, very demanding. I don't know if you know anything about the French, but the French aren't particularly too kind to foreigners,
Right.
especially English speaking. They expect you to assimilate to the
Americans.
culture. Yeah, they considered me as American. It didn't matter if I told
Yeah.
them I was Canadian or Filipino or whatnot. They saw me as an American. So, yeah, when France Quimper, shout out to
Yeah.
Quimper. France is about 4 hours from Paris. Beautiful place, beautiful place. Nice little
Yeah.
quaint town. Um, uh, we had we didn't have the best team, but I learned a lot playing there. I learned that like I had to have a good game every single game. People don't know that about imports. Like you, if you lose, if your team loses, you're getting you're getting blamed first.
Yeah. So you were an
And
import.
yeah,
Okay.
and I had to experience that, and I experienced a lot of scrutiny from fans, a lot of scrutiny from players and coaches. I had a couple games where I didn't play well, but when I started hitting my stride and playing well, it was a huge confidence boost. And then
Yeah.
we had a new head coach came in, and he was just running shit a whole different way. He and I butted heads. I'm a little bit stubborn. Sometimes I get in with coaches.
Yeah.
Me
Yeah.
and him got into it. Me and him got into it one day in practice, and that shit didn't translate well. The next couple games, he just flat out benched me. And management was just like, "What's going on? Like, he's not playing. All right, well."
Yeah.
Ended up looking elsewhere. They said they're gonna start looking for other guys.
Okay.
And around my birthday, we went to Paris for a game, and I found out that the import was on the same the new import. After the game, when we were heading back to Quimper, there was some random dude on the bus, like a 6'5" guy, and then my coach said, "Oh yeah, like we just replaced you with him." And we were both on the same bus together coming back. It was so
Yeah.
awkward. And
Yeah.
it's like
That's like one of the.
he didn't
Go
tell
ahead.
me
Go ahead.
ahead of time this. He just kind of like they're just so cutthroat. People don't know how cutthroat the business
Yeah.
is.
It's a crazy business, man, and they'll have the next guy already waiting for you, waiting to take your
Exactly.
spot, like just like they did to you.
Yep. He was right there. He was sitting at the game watching. And I was
Yeah,
playing
man.
well too. I didn't expect to get cut. I was playing well. I started hitting my stride, started getting confident, started figuring out how the French play basketball. I was like, it's very physical out there. Final score of
Yeah.
the game is like 60 to 50. The leading scorer in our league is averaging like 16 points a game. It's a defensive struggle.
Yeah.
But it was like playing the 80s almost.
That
But I ended
was
up
like
going
my
home.
situation in Vietnam, man. They had this guy already coming in. They made us pretty much try out again for the spot that I already had. So it's just like
Yep.
everyone has like a different situation where they got fired from a job, or you know what I mean. It's a cold game, but these are the times when you grow from these kinds of experiences. And I'm sure, like
Exactly.
I I remember when I got fired from my first, when I was with Saigon, I thought that was it. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, oh man, I don't know what's gonna happen now. And I'm sure some stuff happened with you, like mentally during that whole process. So, I want to talk about like when you were working in that factory, man. Like, you were there for a while. You had to sacrifice to provide for the family. So, you know, obviously you had that belief in yourself that you were still gonna hoop, but you had to go through these kinds of situations to kind of grow a little bit. So, tell us about like the emotions that would pop up during this time, or like the mental chatter. You know what I mean? Because you know our thoughts are very powerful, and the thoughts lead to actions, and you know the universe, you know, works out in our favor. It doesn't know what's right or wrong. It just goes by what you're thinking. So, talk about like the emotions that you're going through at that particular time.
I went through like a whole range, like a whole spectrum of emotions. First, like I went from like optimistic, like, like I'm not worried, like I'm gonna get signed somewhere, to being a little, I don't know what's that word, like from optimistic to pessimistic real quick.
Right.
Then I started getting like resentful, like, you know, people are trying to tell me what to do, trying to give me like simple advice. People are giving me good advice, and I wasn't taking it because I was like, nah, like the fuck you think I'm just gonna, I'm not gonna go get a 9-to-5 job, like
yeah.
You know, it can't, like reality hit you real quick, and I had to, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And you gotta learn how to tune out the noise, right? And understand that your limitation that you're trying to set on me is just a projection of what you were incapable of doing, right? So that's when you kind of you know trust yourself even more, and trust your journey, right?
And like I just knew, like, no matter what, I had to stay ready. I had to keep training. You know, just in case like I get a call, I got to go right away. It's not one of those things where they're gonna give you like a week to settle in and like say bye to your families. Right when I got the gig, I had to sign immediately after, and then I was gone the next morning almost. So just as long
Just
as
like
I was
that,
waiting,
you gotta stay ready.
boom, yeah, I had to go straight to France. Like, they don't care about no jet lag. They don't care about that. Like, once I touched France, the next day I had to go to practice. The next day we left for a game.
Yeah.
And
So
it was just,
that's advice for all the aspiring overseas hoopers that are trying to make it, man. You got to stay ready, man. There is really no time to take a day off, especially when you don't even have a job yet. You know what I mean?
it comes when you least
Especially when you're trying to
expect
get
it
that
too.
scholarship. You know
Oh
what I mean?
yeah.
People can be watching at any time. So, like, everybody who's watching here, stay ready. You know, reach out to, try to get yourselves in motion and put yourself in line with trying to get that job, and just stay ready. That's all we can say, right?
Yeah. But yo, you have to stay positive, man. Like, I just had to find a way to stay positive. Like, know that, like, you know, like I'm meant to do this. Like, don't doubt yourself whatsoever. You know,
Hey,
and I
real
felt
quick,
like
look at the
I was
clock.
losing a little bit of confidence. I was losing a little bit of confidence in myself as the days were going by. There you go.
There it is. See, that's that synchronicity we always talk about, man. And
Yep.
I appreciate, like, you know, our time we spent together at Phoenix, man. Because you know, me and you would always have like the wildest conversations, man. Like, you
Yeah,
know,
man.
we always
Those are
dive
fun
deep.
times in
So
Phoenix.
yeah, man.
Those are
I
times,
miss,
man.
I be thinking about those times, like, man, that was like, even though I wasn't playing much, it was just like, dude, you guys, like, that the squad was so cool, man. Like, this is one of the my favorite teams I've ever been on.
Yeah,
But
we had a good locker room, man. We weren't winning a lot of games, but I mean, I didn't regret coming to work every day. It wasn't work. It
nah,
was fun. We should have had a reality show.
it was a good time, man. Let's talk about, man, growing up in Canada, man, because you guys didn't get an NBA team till what, 1996,
95.
97, 95. So
95, yeah.
before that, were you even were you even around basketball before that, or like talk to me about that, man?
Ah, man, like my dad was an old fashioned white dude. He's like, play baseball. This is when the Jays were popping. You know what I mean? Like, they just won
Yeah.
back-to-back series. So my first sport was baseball. Basketball was kind of like just like an afterthought. Like, they used to play that in gym class. And then we got Vince Carter. I mean, everybody everybody knows, like, if you haven't watched the Carter Effect, like,
Oh, I
I'm
seen
the
that. Yeah.
product of the Carter Effect. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, not only just me, but like guys like Tristan Thompson, Corey Joseph, Higgins, all those guys, direct effect. Like, you know what I
Oh,
mean? Like,
it's turned into a hotbed, man. There's talent coming out of
people don't
Toronto
know, man.
specifically.
People don't know. Like, it's in a couple of years. Like, I expect Canada basketball to be. There's no reason why we shouldn't be top 5 in the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just think that it's still brand new and like,
Yeah, it's a few more years.
a few more years, but like, man, there's a lot of hoopers out there. There's a lot of good Filipino Canadian hoopers too that I'm trying to
Is
get
there?
over to the PBA. I know there's a lot of guys in California who make that jump because there's like a plug, there's a pipeline that was already been built for years and years. So
Yeah.
I'm actually trying to build that path for Canadians,
That's
and
dope.
I'm hoping to be like, you know what I mean? Like, everyone will know that, okay, Matthew, like, I trust his opinion. Like, you know, he's stable in this league. So if he vouches for somebody, like,
Yeah.
we'll take his word for it. So I'm trying to build my career up so I can help these guys.
You're the bridge, man. And
I'm
that's
trying to be
how
that
you
bridge.
pay it forward. That's how you pay it forward, man. And
Exactly.
put the younger generation of hoopers on, man.
Yep.
Who are some that can that come to your mind by name, like, that are coming up? So, like, you know, anyone who's watching can keep an eye out.
I got a boy out in Ottawa. He just finished playing college basketball in Canada. Calvin Epistola, point guard. He's nice. Hopefully he can make his way out here if he gets his paperwork set up.
Nice.
Christian David, 6'6" shooting guard. He went to, I think he actually just got injured, but I think he's at Butler right now. He transferred from Creighton.
Okay.
So high Division I. He's solid. Like, he's really good. Like, he was better than me when I was his age.
That's
and it's unfortunate with the injuries and all that, but he's good, and I expect him to be in the PBA soon. Christian David, remember that name. There's a lot of guys out there. A lot of older guys who never got a chance.
Yeah.
We need to pay homage to, but there's a lot of guys coming up, man. You'll see. Not just in Toronto, like, we're talking about Vancouver, Montreal, everywhere.
That's dope, man. That's dope. Like, continue to build that bridge strong, man, and you gotta put your guys on, man. Put on for your city, and that's, you know, we gotta empower these younger cats coming in here, man, and teach them how the game is ran out here, man, because people can come out here and get this shit all twisted, right?
Yep.
A lot of manipulation, a lot of dirty business. So they need to it's on us to kind of teach them how to navigate through that bullshit.
Yep. You're right.
Yeah.
Because people think that you can just come to the Philippines, like, and, you know, like, dominate or like, no, like, there's a whole business side to this, and it's like, if you're gonna take a local's job here, you got to be excellent. You can't just be good. You know what I mean? Like, you got to be a standout.
Mm-hmm.
And people just think that, especially guys like in Canada and the States, I feel like a lot of guys come here and they think they're entitled.
Consistent standout.
Yeah, you got to stand out all the time, or else they're just gonna replace you with the next local phenom that comes up.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Let's get to some questions, man. We got a lot of questions here. Matty Ying, he's asking favorite player in the NBA.
Current NBA, or all time?
Right now. Let's go all time and current.
All time is Kobe. Everybody already knows that.
Yeah, Kobe.
R.I.P. to. I can't even. Sometimes I don't even like talking about it because I get emotional, man. I'm still not over it. But Kobe really just he was everything to me, like, absolutely everything. On and off the court, I try to walk like him, everything. I tried to do interviews like him. It's Kobe. Kobe was everything to me.
Yeah. Just
current
Mamba mentality, man.
Current player. Probably Kawhi.
Kawhi, yeah.
I love Kawhi, man. Even before he was a Raptor, I love Kawhi already.
Mm-hmm.
Just his demeanor.
Right.
Like, how
brought the chip to you guys, man.
Brought the chip, man. Build a statue for him in Toronto. I don't care if he only played 1 year and he dipped. Like, build the statue.
Yeah.
He's the greatest rapper of all time, in my opinion. He's just so damn good, man. He's so damn good, and he doesn't care. He don't do that extra marketing shit. He don't do that. Like, he's not plastic. He don't try to, suck. He don't try to suck up to anybody. He just hoops, and he's like, yo, take me for who I am. Like, I'm just a hooper. I'm gonna be so damn good that you have to promote me. You know what I mean? Like, you don't got no social media.
Yep.
Like, he's
I
a
like
real
Kawhi
idol.
a lot, man. I like his demeanor. He's just like so stoic. Matty Ying also says,
Very stoic, man. You can't battle him.
can you explain what you mean by the third eye spiritually? Okay, he's coming by. The last guest I had, Ante Marcos. Shout out to Ante. We really dove deep into the meditation aspect of basketball and intertwining the spiritual life with basketball and being in the moment and being present. And he's asking about the third eye, and it's really about like activating your intuition, really being able to get in tune with yourself. You know what I mean? And if you want to go in on it, because we've had conversation about this, so you know what I mean, explain like what the third eye is, and that's
It's really hard to explain, but like you're right.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's like an intuition, it's like a feel. You know what I mean? Like when I'm playing basketball, like I'm not really thinking a lot. Like I'm kind of lucid playing almost. Like I'm just reading and reacting. I'm like just feeling what's right. Like I think Phil Jackson said in his book, because you know how Phil Jackson is like really spiritual. Phil Jackson talked about basketball as like a living organism. Like it's not just a game. Like it's not just like basic nuts and bolts. Like basketball is like a vibe. There's a flow in it that you can tap into.
Man.
It's a feel. Sometimes if you focus right, if you focus like hard enough, you can ride that flow of the game, because like there's gonna be ups and downs in the game. There's peaks and troughs, and if you just tap into it, if you know how to react with the crowd and the atmosphere of your teammates and the other team, if you can, and it comes with playing a lot of basketball. It comes with experience. You can't just pick it up. Some people just have it naturally. You know what I mean? But like, I always felt that I could go with the flow of the game. Like, I try to force stuff, but just kind of envision, like try to go in a game with a vision, like something, you know what I mean? Like, like visualize what you want to do out there. And more times than not, you actually see it happen in front of you. The game kind of slows down. And that's when you're able to make quick decisions under pressure without feeling like you're under pressure.
Right.
You know what I mean? Hard to explain, but like that's the best I can do.
Into that flow state.
Yeah.
Talk about like, because I remember when we were teammates in the locker room, right before game time, you would get into your meditation and your visualization before the game, and talk about that and just for informative purposes for people to know like your game preparation. What is that like when you hop into that sort of being, that sort of stillness, if you want to call it?
A lot of times it already starts for me before the game. Like when I'm in the shower, I'm just like visualizing what I'm going to do in that game. Like for example, Doug's last career game, we played Blackwater. It was Doug and Willie's last professional game, and we had nothing to play for. We already we're battling Blackwater for last place, but I just wanted to go out with a bang for Doug, because Doug meant a lot to me, and Willie too. Those guys were vets and were kuyas.
Great teammates. Great teammates.
What you say?
I said great teammates, man. I love those dudes.
Yeah, great teammates, man. Really good teammates, really good locker room guys. So that game, I was visualizing and I was kind of meditating, and I put myself in the seat. Like when you get player of the game, you sit down in the seat beside a reporter and the camera's in front of you. So I was trying to envision myself closing my eyes, and I was thinking about having a reporter asking me questions after the game. So I was visualizing who was going to be the reporter beside me, the camera, where I was going to sit. I was even picturing what jersey I was wearing.
Yeah. And
I was already practicing what I was going to say in front of the camera, because all I wanted to do was give Doug and Willie a good shout out. So I was already, so before the game even started, I already had what I was going to say in my head. Right? And
Powerful.
in that game, 30 seconds left, we're down by 7. And I end up hitting 3 threes in a row. And then we end up winning in overtime. And in my mind, I was just like I was really focused that game. It was like nothing could happen that I wasn't going to give this player of the game interview after. So after the game, I said word for word exactly what I was going to say. I said, yo, shout out to Doug, blah, 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 this and that. You know what I mean? Like, and it was just crazy to me. Like everything happened the way I imagined it in my head.
Yeah.
But like I have to really, really, really focus and like clamp down.
So you put yourself in that moment, in that feeling what it felt like to get that interview at the end, getting that best player award. But you not knowing how you're going to get it. You just got to go out there and do your job. And then
I played like shit that whole game too. So I was like, fuck, man. Like,
that's all the preparation you've done,
done,
all the action you've done along the way. And then you have that action that's being done already. You put it in your mind that you're going to do this interview at the end. You put yourself into that moment.
Yep.
And the universe just conspires its way to get you there. You know what I mean? Down 7 with 30 seconds left. You know what I mean?
Somehow, some way. Yeah.
And that's where the magic is created right there. You know what I mean? That's where that opportune time for you to just like tap into that and just make it happen. That's some powerful shit, man.
Yeah, man.
There's no way to describe it. That's just like the belief, right? That's you believing in yourself, and just and it can go just because you believe doesn't mean it's gonna happen. That's we can just when you get caught up in this spiritual realm a little bit, you think that everything's gonna be all right, it's gonna be okay, but then that action has to follow. It has to match up, right?
Yeah. And you guys have the right intentions too. A lot of things, intentions is huge. You know what I mean? You could say you want to do this, you could say, but like if you don't really mean it, like it's not gonna happen. It's not genuine.
You gotta feel it. It's gotta be from the heart, man. It's gotta be from the heart. And that's some powerful stuff, and that's what I'm working on with my kids, is the importance of intention setting and goal setting. You know what I mean? Because once they're able to realize the importance of that, that's when their awareness will expand. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And they'll be able to create whatever they want to create as they get older, and become young adults. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
That's powerful shit, man. That's a crazy story, though. Like
when I was a kid, I
remember watching the highlights of that game. I remember.
We were dead in the water, man. We had no business winning that game. We had no business winning that game.
I remember seeing the highlights. I'm like, damn, this dude is cold. He's still,
the shots that I was hitting, I felt like I wasn't even in my body. Like I was just throwing it up there, and it was dead. Everything was dead switch. Like I felt like I was like a vessel. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't me out there. It wasn't me throwing no shots out. I missed everything that game. Absolutely everything. Layups, free throws, you name it. I couldn't hit shit. And then something just happened. You know what I mean? Something just happened. That's just the power of the mind.
Yeah, power of the mind, and you programming. You've been, man. You practice those shots all the time, man. And it's just like
exactly.
The subconscious just taps into what it does. It's powerful shit, man. And once people can understand, these young hoopers can understand the power of the mind and how the mind and body is ultimately connected, then it's just gonna be like, these next generation of hoopers are gonna be fucking crazy.
Crazy. People need to know, man. There are basketball guys out there. Like LeBron James even said, there's always someone watching. There's always someone watching, man. Like I truly believe in that. Like if you put in that work and you're true to it, like that's when amazing shit happens.
Yeah.
Some crazy shit happens that you never thought, like, because someone's always watching, man. Basketball isn't just a fucking sport, like just a recreational exercise outlet. Like, like it's like a breathing organism, man. I really believe that.
You gotta go out there with a purpose, man. Every time you don't just step on the court just to fuck around. It's you want to achieve something. You want to do something great. It's great, Let's get some more questions, man. There's a lot of questions coming in. Ty Cunningham wants to know.
Like Alex.
Alex over here. What up, Alex? Over here. Let me see. Let's see. Ty Cunningham asks, how were you able to play for the Team Philippines coming from Canada? And he also asks, When did you start playing ball? Yes, that same question.
I think I was around 9 years old, 10 years old when I started playing basketball.
Mm-hmm.
I got on the Philippine team out of luck. Norbert Torres was already in the Philippines at that time. He was my teammate. I'm sure you guys know him.
Shout out
He was
Norbert.
out there. Shout out to Norbert. He paved the way, man. He's been 6'7" since like 12 years old. Anyway, so he was out there, and I think it was Kyle Pasquale, dropped out of the tournament because he was American, and the tournament was in Iran, and his parents didn't let him because he was an American citizen. And 9/11 happened, and they're just like, I don't think
scary time.
Scary times. So I was able to fill in for him. I was able to get my passport in a couple of days and expedited it. This is back when getting your passport was a lot easier. So it's a lot harder now. So I just kind of fell through a loophole, and I was lucky to play.
Dope, man. And I'm sure that experience was sick. Where'd you guys get to go? Iran, right? And then
I was in Iran, man. I never I was in Tehran.
It's crazy the misconception people have about the Middle East, dude.
Iran is beautiful. Shout out to all my Persians out there. I got a lot of Persian friends in Toronto. Iran is beautiful. Food is great. It's beautiful, man. It's beautiful people, very kind-hearted people, great food. It was beautiful, man. Loved it.
I don't follow mainstream media talking all that shit about the Middle East, man. The Middle East is a beautiful place, man. It's just certain parts, man. I guess. Let's see. Mo Masla asked you, what's your favorite high school ball memory?
That's my boy, Big Mo.
Mo,
that was my center in high school. Big plays, man. That boy was nice. I saw that guy develop from he was a little scrawny Somali boy, and then he just turned into a beast all of a sudden, man. Hard work. Like, he really believed in himself. He bet on himself. He's one of those dudes who bet on himself.
Nice.
100%. High school, man, there's a lot of I think winning like that's the equivalent of like the state championship. We won a provincial championship at the buzzer too. At the buzzer, which was amazing. Cause like I didn't even go to a big high school, like basketball high school, so I just went to my local high school. I got recruited to go elsewhere, but I was just like, I'm just gonna go stay local because there's a couple guys my age was coming up who I thought we could build around. And we built the team from nothing, man. Like, we were just like a regular, if you would consider like a mid-major, maybe even a low-major type high school. Yeah. We didn't win anything. Like, we never had no history. We brought the first championship to Martin Grove. So I felt like we blazed the trail.
That's dope. Here's another one from Alv05. Shout out Alan Valentes, the homie back home. He asked you, what are some positives and negatives of the youth development in the Philippines? Let's touch up on that. I guess
like basketball development?
Yeah, basketball, the development of them.
I feel like, since we lack size, so it's like any big kid who's like they try to make him a big man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and what he's gonna grow up to be a 6'2" center. It's like, I think we just gotta, like, you'll get a Kai Soto once in a while, you know what I mean, or like a Junmar. Like, that's very rare.
Once in a generation type
players, but yeah. What I love about Philippine basketball is it's so organic. Like, these guys they're so skilled because they be playing ball outside all day. It's really our thing, I think.
Yeah.
Just be able to create off the dribble, break down a defender. Filipinos got all those layups. They got the layup package. They got the handles. They have the ability to make tough shots. But I feel like we need to work a little bit more on the fundamentals. The fundamental footwork. That kind of stuff. Maybe put up a little bit more emphasis on diet. And diet, man. We need to eat better.
Diet, yes, I agree. Diet, mindset, just the overall.
We got to work on our diet and our bodies. Like, we got to work on our bodies more. We're developing athletes because we have to compensate for the lack of size, right?
And the information is out there, man. And the Philippines is such a nutrient-rich country. We have the vegetables, we have the fruits for a low price. Like, we should be able to provide these these athletes with the proper nutrition, man, and serving them
Yeah.
fucking what? I don't even know what they're serving right now, but you know, just we need to step up the nutrition game for our athletes, man. It's on all levels. It's on all
Yeah.
levels.
But I mean, I don't really got any beef with how they're developing their youth at an early age. Like, I think they're still doing a pretty good job, but I think we do need to put a little more emphasis on concept basketball and just basic fundamentals. Like a lot of times, it's like it's whatever you see on the highlights. Like they want to do the flashy shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, that's not going to work. That's not going to fly.
Not
You
going
just
to
gotta
translate to the international scale, man. It's not going to translate. And we're
yeah,
trying.
exactly.
The Philippines is such a basketball loving country. There's no reason why we shouldn't be up there competing, man. I think that something
Yeah, it's
needs
so
to be.
frustrating. Very frustrating
It's
to watch
frustrating to
sometimes.
watch, man. It's so frustrating. And hopefully something can get fixed. Hopefully the higher ups can figure something out because it's starting to get real ugly.
Yeah, no.
Here's another one, man. From sports rehab therapist, the homie EC. What's good? He asked you he's asking on our thoughts on Jalen Green skipping college and going to the G League. I think
Good
it's
for
dope.
him, man.
Yeah,
Good for
you
him.
can control your career. I think that's dope.
Like I was a part of it too. I was a number in the NCAA. You know, I gave 4 hard years. I loved every moment of it. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah,
I love my
college
Bonaventure
experience is
time.
dope.
I had a great experience. We won a championship. I played in March Madness. Shout out to all my Bonnies out there. But like, man, I didn't get a cent. I
Yeah,
was struggling, man. I was really
yeah.
struggling those times. Like, you can even ask my girl. Like, at one point, I was looking on the floor for pennies at Walmart, like so we can finish paying like our groceries. Like, I swear to God, like I was on the ground looking for loose change. It was bad, man. Like, and they make so much money off of us, so much money.
Yeah, man.
But he was able, you know what? Like, there wasn't a lot of, there wasn't any outlets at the time. I had to do that route, and a lot of people did. But the thing is, like, I know a lot of guys who got paid. I'm not gonna say the names, obviously, but guys got paid
Yeah,
from other schools and shit.
the bigger
So
schools,
it's
of course.
unfair, bigger schools, but um, fuck, like, good for him, man. This is what NCAA needs to make changes, because they're gonna lose out on a lot of guys, and eventually they're gonna be like, okay, we got to make some kind of stipulation, we got to make some kind of change, and that's good. You're gonna need some friction. You're gonna need some people to go against the grain in order for someone to make some kind of adjustment to it.
Yeah,
So honestly, good for him.
yeah,
Good
man.
for him.
I really like how the players coming up now are really just taking more control of their careers and not falling into the system and conforming into what the old ways of things are being done. And
Yeah.
I think that him doing that, LaMelo doing what he's been doing, you know, I think it's great, man. It's just these guys are just gonna get better and better because they're already putting themselves through the test, man.
Yeah.
They're not wasting no
Nah,
time.
I
You
love
know what
what
I
they're
mean?
doing.
If you know what you want already, if you know what you want, and this is your purpose and this is your calling, why not go for it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you think that school is gonna be a waste of time for you and it's not what you want to do and it's not gonna be productive, then why do it? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's why.
No,
But you need school to get to to get to a certain level. But I'm saying if like college, you know what I mean? If college, if you feel like college is going to be the one for you, and you want to put yourself through your own college, and that's basketball, do that.
Yep. But hey, he took advantage of his stock, and he took advantage of the times, and you know, good for him. More power to him, and there's gonna be a lot of guys who follow suit.
Yeah,
So NCAA, I'm telling you, the NCAA is in trouble.
yeah. That's
They are in
understanding and
trouble.
leverage, man. That's leverage right there.
Yeah, understand. He understood his worth. He understood his worth.
That's dope. More power, man. And there's another question coming up. Let me see.
Yeah, these comments are killing me right now,
Yeah,
Alex.
let's
Man.
go. Let's get into the comments, man. I seen your lady. Shout out to your lady, Gabby, man.
She
Put a
knows. She
question.
knows, man. She knows the struggle. She knows how broke I was. I was
She asked
broke.
you. She asked you about Kobe, how that affect. I think I seen it. It stood out. She asked about how Kobe affected you as a father, as a basketball player,
Oh man.
overall. And let me touch up on that before you get into it. It's just when he died, that's when you kind of was hit even harder that how much he impacted. Because like now that he died, it's like, dude, this dude pretty much like he was my older brother, man. Like he raised me in a sense, because like a lot of the shit how I would operate would be on at what he would be doing. You know what I mean? It's crazy. So like, go ahead and like touch up on your experience with that.
No, I cried for weeks. Like straight up, I cried, man. Like all like boo hoo. And it was a day before I left to go back to the Philippines, and I was having lunch with my family, and I remember just hearing the news, and like I just froze. Like I didn't believe it. I didn't want to believe it. I thought first my boy said Kobe got into a helicopter crash, and I'm like, okay, like is he all right? Because like
Yeah.
Kobe's invincible. Like I thought he jumped out of that bitch and like out of his own parachute, and like was so Kobe would be the only survivor out of that plane, out of that helicopter crash. That's how I saw it. You know what I mean? That guy will find a way to survive
Superhero.
that.
He was a superhero.
He was a superhero, man. He had the costume, he had the muscles, he had the tats, he was flying through the air. He was a superhero, straight up superhero to me. And when I found out about Gianna, like that's when it even hurt even more, because like I just grabbed both my sons and I just held them, and I was like, man, like these guys, like Kobe and Gianna just went to practice one day and never came back. And I go to practice every day. And I come home, and that's already, like, to me, that's already a blessing. Like I made it home safe from practice. Like every single time I come home from practice now, I think about that.
Yeah.
And it's just heartbreaking, man. It still fucks me up. It still fucks me up to this day. But it made me a better father, because like I just heard all the stories about how good of a father Kobe was, you know, post-retirement, like all the things he was doing for his daughters, how he was the baby whisperer, he's the one putting them to sleep. It like motivated me to like be that. Like I wanted to be like Kobe in the dad aspect now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
It definitely made me sharpen up on my dad's
presence. What was that?
It made me sharpen up on my dad skills.
Yeah.
For sure. Just seeing how, like, you know, I was just trying to translate, like, Kobe was so meticulous on the court. He was just as meticulous changing diapers and, like, you know, driving his kids to school. Like, he had the same mama mentality off the court, just being a parent. I was just trying to do that too.
All aspects of life, ultimate presence, man, and just always in the moment, man. And
yeah, exactly.
Just gave it all to everything, dog. And Kobe, man, that shit fucks me up
really
too.
Changed my life
about it right now.
It really changed my life. Like that's the day the music died for me. Real shit. The music died for me on that day. Like I'll never forget that day.
Dog, like his reach. You think about his reach he had, dog. It was like billions, and
I went to the tenement court after. Like I went, man. The whole world mourned. Like I've never seen anything like that. I went there. I went to go check it out. Like I felt goosebumps. It was amazing. Like I'll never forget that experience too.
Crazy in there. And the way the place is set up, like geometrically, like the tenement is
it's like some kind of vortex.
Oh yeah.
It was a vortex, man.
All right, let's get to some of these comments, man, because these dudes are dying for some attention.
Salty.
These dudes are dying for some attention. Let's see what Alex said. If the last play was drawn for me, would you pull a Scottie Pippen into the bench?
Oh my God, I was gonna kill Alex that day too. Alex was the one who put us in the position that I had to make a miracle three in the end anyway. But Alex is my guy, man. That dude he's a great teammate, man. Like that boy's fast. That boy is fast with the basketball.
Yeah, man.
And he don't even care about basketball. He just comes in. He just comes in with his skateboarding shoes, and you know what I mean. He don't even look like a basketball player. He just comes in and just gets buckets. That's my boy. That's my boy from time.
Los Alamitos finest right there, man.
Yep. That's my guy right there.
Me and Alex go back, man. We've known each other for a while. Shout out to Alex. Let me see what
I see Chris Rosales out there. Chris Rosales is still salty that we beat him in the finals.
if the Slingers had one more Asian, were they gonna beat you on the finals?
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, I forgot. Hey, you guys, if you got an extra one, it'll be a little different. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, that's weird how Singapore
They were a
never
good
has
team, man.
like
They were a solid
they
team.
never maximize the import rule. They always get one short.
Yeah, they had a good squad, man. They gave us problems. Chris used to give me problems, man. He was scrappy. Refs letting him grab me and shit.
He ain't talking about now.
What is it?
Let me see. The homie Drew, Business Goo, he said, who's the best defender in the PI the past 10 years? The best defender?
I'm gonna give it to. Oh, that's tough. Chris Ross obviously comes to mind first. Chris gives me problems, man. Like, it's not just he's quick
so scrappy.
and he's strong. He's scrappy and he scouts. Like he knows your moves. You know what I mean? He knows your tendencies.
Yeah.
Gabe gives me problems.
He has so much length, man.
Length, athleticism. Who else is out there? Believe it or not, man. What's that dude's name? Rome de la Rosa. Yo, Rome is nice.
He's heavy.
Rome gives me problems, man. I can't just give him that little push off that I give most people, that little shoulder. He's strong. Mm-hmm. He's strong, he's quick, and he's feisty. He's feisty with it. He's a good defender too. There's a lot, man. There's a lot of PBA.
Let me see who else we got here. Papi Chino 17, obviously a fan of yours. He said, Mr. Matt, can you tell me more about meditating?
I mean, everybody, you kind of have to find your own method. Like,
right. I agree.
Whatever works for you. Honestly, whatever works for you. Like, don't just copy whatever you see on YouTube or like, tailor it to your own needs, tailor it to your own thoughts. But, for me, like, I just try to clear my head as much as possible, even if there's noise around. Accept the noise. Like, if you hear a bird chirping in the background, like, let it be there. Like, just be in that moment, be in that space. And just breathe. You have to work on your breathing too. I think that's key, is to work on your breath.
People forget that breathing is like the most fundamental action we can do in life. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
We just
we don't even think about doing it. It's natural.
On my last Real Talk Live with Mindful Buckets, he broke it down like breathing is a life force, man. You're literally breathing. Like, that's what's keeping you moving. That's what's keeping you thinking, everything. It's a life force. So when you're taking deep, conscious breaths, understand that you're breathing in life. You know what I mean? And as you breathe out, you're getting rid of toxins. You're getting rid of the shit that is not supposed to sit inside your being. And that's some powerful shit when you think about, just that one single fundamental action that we do in life, that breath. It makes you kind of operate a little bit differently, move a little bit more consciously. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just staying with the breath, man. And to touch up on the meditation, man, you can treat anything as a form of meditation, like a walk. Going on a walk and just being observant of your surroundings.
Yes.
Even up to like making a cup of coffee. That
you can meditate under any circumstances.
Yeah. That whole action of you just being mindful in that practice of you making your cup of coffee is just a meditation in itself, and how you treat it, man, and what you get out of it. And we're getting a lot of that interaction right here. Let me see. We got some questions. Let's see. Top 3 NBA teams all time from Mr. Mia Giryota. You know him?
Top 3?
Yeah.
Who?
NBA teams.
Top 3. 01 Lakers. I think they're the best team ever.
Yeah.
I think that they'll beat any team. Honestly, they'll beat the Miami, the LeBron, D-Wade, Chris Bosh, Miami. They'll beat the Warriors. They'll smack the Warriors team. Just because Shaq was
the early 2000 Lakers.
Yeah, specifically the 01, the 2001 team where they went 15-1 in the playoffs. That team is just unbelievable, man. Even the role, it's not even them, it's the role players on that team. No one's gonna stop Shaq. Kobe's picking up everybody full court for 48 minutes. And then they got a bunch of savvy vets who know how to win, and they got Phil Jackson behind that team. No one's beating that team.
Nobody.
After that, I would say, honestly, that Miami team was. I don't know if it's between that Miami team and the 96 Bulls. That 96 Bulls team was crazy too.
Yeah, I'm excited for that documentary that's about to pop up.
Oh man,
what's that?
I can't wait.
Days from now?
Can't wait. 19th or something like that.
I haven't been watching anything on TV. That's the only thing I'm gonna watch. That's it.
Yeah, that you're gonna see, and I hope that I hope when Coach Louis sees that and he sees me yelling at my players in practice, I hope that he sees when Jordan was doing it. Jordan was 25,000 times worse. He was.
Oh yeah.
He was. That's how I stood, man. He was so hard on his teammates.
Yeah, man. And because these guys just never been around that type of high level athlete, or you know what I mean. So they don't know. They just. It's just misunderstanding, I think. And
yeah, I feel like sometimes when I get on my teammates, sometimes I feel like they get, there's like a negative connotation, like, they think
you just want them to be better.
Yeah, man, we can't be too sensitive. We can't be too sensitive. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And Cliff was right. Cliff just said it's a different culture, and exactly the culture here. They haven't been around that type of.
That's my boy too, man. Cliff Hodge, man. Oh, that boy's Crash Bandicoot, man. That guy's one of the most physical players I ever played against. He's just throwing his body around, man.
This motherfucker's crazy.
He's made of steel, man. He hit me one time on a screen. Oh, he cracked a rib for sure. Like, I was fucked up for a couple days.
Shout out to
That's my guy.
He's one of the hardest working players I've
ever
been around. Man,
I can't wait for that documentary though. You'll see a different side, man. Mike was different. He was scary. Scary.
Shit, man, we can go ahead and wrap this up. I think we got a lot in here, man, and I think Instagram's gonna cut us off in like 3 or 4 minutes. We only get an hour of this, but once the podcast comes out, man, I'm gonna get you back on, and we can do this real official.
Yeah, of course, man. This is my first time doing a live, actually. I think this is the first time I'm on live, so.
Yeah, this is dope, man. This is the 3rd show. I plan on getting a few more guys on here. We're doing it every Monday and Friday, so I'm really trying to build into a podcast, and I think it's gonna be dope. I think it's fun. Mm-hmm. I enjoy talking to you guys, man. It keeps me connected. Yeah, man.
I loved it, man. I had a good time.
Yeah, man. Let's do this again. I'll chop it up with you another day, man. Be safe out there and enjoy. I know you're enjoying this time with the family.
Yeah, man.
And if you want to shout out anybody on here, man, go for it before we.
I'm just reading through the comments right now. Shout out to my boy Amanjeet. That's my Indian. Yeah. That's the Indian goat right there. That's my boy from high school, man. He had a little jumper. He wasn't bad. He had a little jumper back in the day.
Nice.
I see you, Nat Moss. That's my girl right there too. Jersey stand up. Who else is in these, man? Joyzy.
A lot of people out here. For the boys.
Yeah, man. For the boys. Right there. FTV for the boys.
Hey, man, that La Union trip we had, man, was
I love that trip, man. That was a good time.
That was a great trip, man. That was a
nice budget trip. We didn't spend a lot of money.
Nice, man.
We basically camped.
Yeah.
We basically camped out there.
Yeah, that was fun, man. But yeah, man, I'm gonna let you go, man. We can wrap this up. Appreciate your time. Enjoy the rest of your quarantine, dog. Hope to see you in Manila soon.
Yeah, man. Of course. I'll be back soon. I'll hit you up.
Cliff asked what we're doing on Monday, man.
Monday, I'm in Batangas, Cliff. I'm deep.
Yeah.
I'm deep, man. But if I was in town, man, we might have to link up. I think I already know what you're getting into.
Shit. We can all talk about that after this.
All right, man.
All right, man. You be safe out there, man.
All right, fam.
Bless. Thank you.
All right.
Peace, bro. Thank you all once again for tuning in. This was the 3rd episode of Real Talk Live. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the engagement. Plan on doing this again on Monday. We're gonna have a special guest, a very good friend of mine, and you guys peep the post on Sunday of who we're gonna have. And everybody tuning in, if you're not following this yet, please follow and share once I post it. I would love to get you guys' feedback on the show. Also going to be posting this on YouTube, so if you guys can like and subscribe the Align page, I would appreciate the love over there. And that's pretty much it, man. See you guys on Monday. Bless everybody. Hope you guys are all well. Have a good weekend. All right? Peace.